Brittany, thank you. I certainly wasn't expecting that. She came and said, let me introduce you and everything. And I said, I knew she was going to say that. I'm going to give one joke that I think Trustee Belcher gave about me. And she got me really good. She said, Jason, I feel like you Benjamin Button right before our eyes. I saw you in 2021. You had a great go-to. A few more pounds. But this time I'm gonna make you run. Now, if I can, I know Ed mentioned any first-time people that are here today. All right, welcome. You want to steal the pastor's line? The doors of the church are open. But I asked about first time because, sometimes we come in here and we assume that everybody knows what's going on. And the reality is we've had 4 years. We've heard many different things. We've heard 4 years of failure, the Dolton disappointment. They say Dolton's best export is content. So these are the things that we are working to change, that we are maneuvering. So as we talk about changing the narrative, that's exactly what we're working towards. So I had note because every time somebody makes a comment, I'm like, oh, that's a good point I need to kind of touch on. When we started off, things actually went sour even before after the primary election was successful and before the swearing in ceremony. And when I talk about that, it's the transition team that was put together that did not include the Board of Trustees. The whole transition team came in, started working with departments, and we started getting phone calls. Did you know about this? What's going on? Because in that transition, everybody's nervous. The employees are nervous. The community is trying to figure out what direction are we going in. And as board members, we and clerk, and when I say board members, please don't include the clerk, because sometimes we have to say mayor and trustees, and that clerk becomes overlooked in that process. But when we say board members, we had absolutely no clue. We were kind of isolated right then, but we didn't want to show that fight. Then when it came to the swearing in ceremony, we had no clue how much it was going to cost, what was going to happen. So when we started going to this, we got a call about, what was it, a week before? 1 week before the ceremony, we were I guess privileged to see what the itinerary was. And when we looked at that itinerary, we couldn't even speak.
Yeah.
So we're in the middle of the meeting, we're talking, saying, well, wait a minute, you think maybe there's just a portion where the board might be able to say, thank you to those who believed in me. Thank you to my friends and family who came in from, out of town, different things.
Right.
No, Clerk Key has a family. And the answer was, no, we'll get back to that. Again, as a board, we did not want to start fighting in that manner. So I would say, I think the original public display of a disagreement was when it started coming down to the warrant list, all the things being put on that warrant list that we disagreed with. And as we try to have all those discussions behind the scenes, it just didn't play out right. So we had meetings with we had meetings with Pastor for Abundant Life, Christian Center. We had another meeting. All these things in an effort to try to make sure that we didn't become what we ultimately ended up becoming. But I want to make sure that everybody knows the Board of Trustees and the clerk recognize this fighting is not in our best interest. The direction that we're going in is the complete opposite. In fact, when everybody sees the meetings, there's 2 different meetings.
Absolutely.
There's meetings where Ms. Henyard's present, and then there's meetings where she's not. And the meetings where she's not is a business actually gets conducted. Those meetings they're labeled as boring. And I tell people intentionally, our goal is that we're going to conduct CPR on the community. Meaning we're going to have the meetings be consistent, predictable, and repeatable.
Yes.
We want to do that so we can make sure that our business community knows that we can level things off and they can be proud to be here. We want the residents to know that they can come to a meeting and have meetings like this where everybody is just celebratory of one another. That's what a community is. So as we go a little bit deeper into kind of the back and forth. After a while, we recognize. I know the trustees. I get so privileged when I hear the trustees talk about Jason's leadership and things like that.